We got a new update from Kyle Strickler regarding Barry Braun not paying him the $125,000 that he owes him after he won the XR big deal race at the end of July at Ogilvie. Wrote this up over at stockcarreport.com. You can find the link in the description below. So if you don't know exactly what's been going on, obviously, Strickler won that $125,000 to win XR big deal race at Ogilvie Raceway at the end of July. He shared about a month ago, 3 weeks ago, over here on Facebook saying, since Barry Braun won't be paying us the $125,000 he owes us for the big deal race, or even give us the trophy, guess he's still waiting for the samples to come back, it would be nice to win a trophy and check from Todd this week. He always pays. Obviously was kind of in a fan contest there with the United States Modified Touring Series between him and Tanner Mullins over on Facebook. A day later, Strickler provided more details, revealing that he never even received the trophy from the event, saying, just to clear up any confusion, we were never paid anything for winning the XR Big Deal $125,000 race. On top of that, the trophy was held from us pending tire test results, which came back clean, and we still have not received the trophy. Additionally, he responded to people questioning why he would participate in the race, saying, secondly, in response to the people saying, I told you so, or asking why would we would support a race knowing we wouldn't get paid. To my knowledge, every modified racer had been paid for all previous XR events. It was no secret that Barry took a while to pay, but he did eventually get the racers paid until now. The racing community is extremely close, and it blew my mind how many people in the industry thought that I had already been paid for the win. So he did an interview with Dirt Behind the Scenes over on Facebook just in recent days, and he shared that Braun is working to get him the trophy as well as his winnings. This is what he said. He says, I have not been paid a dime yet and still haven't got the trophy, so no movement on that. But he did say this, that Braun said, why would you want a trophy for a race you haven't got paid for yet? He said he was going to give me the trophy and the money. He still says that he's trying to work on something to get me paid, and God willing, I hope he does. So not a big update, but obviously Barry Braun has been in contact with Kyle Strickler seemingly since he was arrested in Minnesota last month. And we'll get to that in a little bit here. But so he's still saying that he's going to get him done. I think that is good news, the fact that he's trying to get him paid, or at least saying that he's going to try to get him paid. I don't think it should be too difficult to get him the trophy. I mean, put it in a box. I mean, I don't know how big the trophy is, but put it in a box. I mean, get someone to drive it there, whatever you got to do, like get the trophy to him. I think that would be nice to actually like get him the trophy at least, right? Even if you can't get the $125,000 to him right away. So I do think this is positive that Braun did contact Strickler. It's not like he's icing him out. So I do think that is a good sign on that front. But whether or not he's going to get the $125,000, we'll see. Because like I just said, Braun was arrested in November in Minnesota, and the West Virginia State Police were working to get him extradited to West Virginia. In a press release that the West Virginia State Police shared with me, they announced that its Harrisville detachment began an investigation into Braun in September 2025 over a fraudulent scheme case. The West Virginia State Police reported that the investigation uncovered a pattern of fraudulent activity and deception in dealings where Mr. Braun was involved, which focused on racing venues and their related business. I know that there was a report from one of the West Virginia local outlets indicating that there was something to do with the fact that he hadn't paid a contractor for work done on the guardrails at Pennsboro. But again, didn't see anything in the press release and haven't seen any other kind of information regarding the investigation from the West Virginia State Police. But that was a report coming from a local news station out of West Virginia. Anyways, the police did share that they uncovered evidence and sought warrants charging Braun with fraudulent schemes and an obtaining under false pretense charge in Ritchie County, West Virginia. The police did not provide any other details on the charges. Braun is currently involved in at least 2 lawsuits on top of the arrest. In Minnesota, he's being sued by Roger Carlson. Carlson claims Braun owes him $3,100 for work at Hibbing Speedway. However, Braun claims that Carlson volunteered his time. In a letter to the court, Braun wrote this: there was no written agreement or contract between the parties, and it was clearly understood that Mr. Carlson was volunteering his time. That understanding changed only after his son was removed from our track crew later in the season. In good faith and to avoid continued harassment, we offered a $2,000 settlement, which is reflected in text messages provided to the court. Following his son's dismissal and poor performance and attitude, Mr. Carlson became increasingly defensive, uncooperative, and began exhibiting harassing behavior, frequently showing up unannounced, waiting in his vehicle, and confronting our staff during race events to settle up. Mr. Carlson also has a history of entering the facility without paying admission. He then concluded this letter to the court saying, we are willing to send a payment to Mr. Carlson to resolve the dispute and close this matter. Additionally, ROC Funding Group, LLC, filed a complaint in the Supreme Court of the state of New York in Kings County for breach of contract and unjust enrichment. RC Funding Group specifically states that Braun owes them $63,323.30 plus interest, costs, disbursements, and attorney's fees based on an undisclosed agreement. Additionally, the claim states that Braun owes them $25,157.92 plus interest, costs, disbursements, and attorney's fees on a second loan that they had provided to Braun and his XR team. So that basically gets you all caught up on what's going on with that. But obviously, Braun did contact Kyle Strickler in between, I guess, getting arrested and Strickler making these Facebook posts indicating he hadn't been paid and hadn't even received the trophy, and promised that he was working to get him paid and give him the trophy. So we will see what happens. I know the West Virginia State Police, in their press release, were also encouraging anyone else who might have been defrauded by Barry Braun to contact their local authorities and then inform them to contact the West Virginia State Police, indicating that the case against Barry Braun might be federal, given the fact that it's taking place across various state lines in various different districts, and a lot of this stuff happening not just in West Virginia, happening in other states and locations as well. But definitely going to be continue to keep following this, but this is the latest update we have from Kyle Strickler on his XR Big Deal race win. It's unfortunate that this is even happening, but hopefully this serves kind of as a warning to other promoters who might be thinking of engaging in this behavior, that it doesn't pay. It doesn't pay, and the authorities are going to come after you if you do this. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below.